This video gives you a quick study guide on the second part of Chapter 10. In this section 10.7, we will introduce the primitive data type wrap classes in Java. Primitive data type values are not objects in Java. But in Java, often you need to pass values as objects. Java provides the wrapper classes you can use to wrap primitive data type values into objects. For every primitive data type, there is a corresponding wrapper class. For example, for Boolean, and the class is Boolean. And please note that the Boolean is all in lowercase, and here the class Boolean, and the first letter is in uppercase. Now let's look at the examples here. We have this two wrapper classes, integer and double. So integer is the wrapper class for the int type, and double and the uppercase D and double is the wrapper class for the double primitive data type. So this is the int, and as you see here, and this is the value data field, and that is actually keep the integer value. And the constant max value specifies the maximum value represented by the integer, mean value, and the minimum value, and for the int. And the constructors, you can construct the int from the int value, integer from int value, integer from a string representing integer. And those are the methods, byte value, short value, int value, long value, float value, so double value, and the method compare to string, and static methods to get the value of. So pass int, and pass int with a specified radix. All right, similarly, and you can look at double, and with all this very similar methods, and except here's value internally is for double. Now please read this section and to see how to use all these methods, and do the self-check using the checkpoint and the multiple choice questions, and do the freestyle exercise. Next section, 10.8, shows you that Java can automatically convert between primitive data type and the object type. So the features is called Autoboxing and Auto-unboxing. So here's the example. We have this is new integer 2, so this is the object, integer object, created, assigned to this reference, int object. Now, alternatively, this is a simpler way to write it. You can simply write assign 2 to this integer reference, and Java automatically box this 2 into object as this. Now you can assign a value 2 to x of the int type, and you can also do this int. Here's the object, new integer 2 assigned to x. Now in this case, Java automatically performs auto unbox So this is the equivalent to, you're going to assign this 2, value 2 to x. Now this is a very convenient features, so it is going to be done by Java automatically. Now let's look at those two useful classes for representing large integers and the floating point number with any precision. So there's two classes, big integer and big decimal. So we know that if you have very long integer, you use the long type, but the long type still has limited size. And what happens if you have very, very long number? And you can use big integer class. If you want to have very, a long precision, and you can use the big decimal for floating point numbers. So here's an example to create a big decimal. So this new big decimal, and for this 1.0, and here's new big decimal, and for 3. So you can perform, and here A divide B, and so you're gonna keep the precision is 20. Those you get 20 numbers after the decimal point, and after this it's a big decimal dot to run up and run up. So this is what you have here. The result is this 0.33 and all the way into the last one is 4. All right, look at this example here, large factorial. So you can use big integer, and for getting the factorial of this number, for example, you enter is 50, and so this is the number. Let's say if you enter 210, and this will be like this. Very, 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 very long. Big number. All right, please do the self-check. Look at the checkpoint and do the multiple choice questions and freestyle exercises. And now let's move to the next section. We're going to introduce the string class. We already used the strings in chapter 4, and we know a lot of things about the strings already. So we know how to get a string literal and assign to a reference variable, and then to get the string length, to get the characters from the string, to get the substring, to do a lot of things like applying index off, last index off, a lot of things we have already done. Now we get a deep look at this string class. We now know, and the strings are objects. There are many ways to create a string. There's a lot of constructors for creating string. So for example, you have this new string, and with a string literal, you use this constructor to create a string. And we do it simply and using this syntax. It's very convenient syntax provided in Java, because strings are frequently used. So this is a very convenient syntax. You can create a string from an array of characters. So this is the one. Now please note that strings are immutable. So that means once a string is created, its contents cannot be changed. Now, and because strings are immutable in Java, Java performs some optimizations and for processing string. So there's a concept called interned strings. So what is interned strings? So if you create a string using the string literal, and that string is becoming interned string, it's interned. The interned string, the benefit is allow you to share the strings with the same contents. So for example, you have this string here is S1 and this is S3. Now this are the interned strings with the same contents. So S1 and S3 now, and it points to the same object. But this one here, you created the string using new string this constructor, although they have same contents, but this are two different objects. Only the interned strings they can share, they're the same object. And please study the methods here for replacing and splitting strings. So again, and please note that those modification methods do not change the contents of the string. They only return a new string. And look at this feature on matching, replacing, and splitting string using a pattern, using regular expression. This is very, very useful, powerful way to process string. So please read the appendix and for the details. You can perform conversion between strings and arrays. So this shows you how to do it. And converting characters and numerical values to strings. So please read, and formatting strings. And we know how to use printf to display format a string. And there is a method here in the string class called format, very similar to the printf. And so printf is to display to the console. Here is to return a formatted string. All right, so please do the checkpoint questions and the multiple choice questions here and freestyle exercise. And the last thing I want to talk is the StringBuilder class. Now the strings are immutable in Java. Sometimes you want to change the contents, then you can use the StringBuilder class and or the StringBuffer class. Now the difference between StringBuilder and StringBuffer is that StringBuilder is more efficient for most cases, and StringBuffer and the methods are synchronized, and synchronized have some overhead. So we mostly we're going to use the StringBuffer class. And this are the constructors, and to construct a StringBuffer, and the no constructor, and to construct the StringBuffer with the default capacity. So internally, the contents are stored in array for StringBuilder. So that's why there's a capacity. But the capacity can be changed if you add more contents into the StringBuilder, and that exceeds the capacity is automatically adjusted. So look at the methods for modifying strings in a StringBuffer. So there's the append, delete, insert, and replace, reverse, set a character at a specified index. And so here is the these are the methods, very common methods, toString, and get the capacity, the length, set length, and get character at the specified location. All right, and so please study the case study and checking whether a string is a palindrome, and you can simplify the coding and using StringBuffer. All right, so that is all for this chapter, the quick study guide. Thank you.